Alright. Bad ideas aren't gonna go execute themselves. Better get to it. Alright. Last time around, got the mission for Freak done. Well, one of them. Now I need to go overcharge the facility. Whatever that means. Also a thing I forgot to look at, or at least I think I forgot to look at. Now I have fine-tuned. Starting to develop an ear for the subtle differences in sound. In a world compromised largely of dark caves and metro tunnels, this is no small boon. Detection increased by 15%. Still not good enough to detect those roof campers, but it's a step forward. Alright. 5 more for a level. Think I went through the inventory last time, so don't have to go clean that up. Let's go right away with the boilers and stuff. Oh, those guys are back. Or are they different guys? Probably different. The doors were closed. Not a good toss. I know he's there. Definitely should have recharged my shield. And how far the electricity goes. Right there. And there goes the shield again. Better than dying. Doesn't have a very good value to weight ratio now, does it? Right, bunch of other rooms to go check out. Shotgun frame. Metal door over there. We'll have this room to check out. More spiders. Sounds like I got both of them. Got all those thermal barracks I have to remember that I have. Good on bottles. And now this room. Which I didn't remember the first time around, but I do remember now. To activate all these switches, or most of them, I think. Get what the best one to start with is. So I'm just gonna start with the nearest one. Sends out a pulse. Forget if I'm safe if I stand here. Guess I'll find out. Yeah, seems good. Hot water vapor. Damn. Okay. Might have to, plan this out a little bit better. Start from the top. That one's pretty easy to get to. This one, not so much. Or that one. Those two shouldn't be too difficult. Wonder if they synchronize with each other if I leave them go for long enough. Or if I should have been timing that to start with. They sort of seem to synchronize with each other. Sort of. Get this one here first. It's getting a bit more challenging. I think I've got an idea. And now. Perfect. Huh. That's weird. Could have sworn I was in the turn-based mode. Whatever. Do it again. Damn it. Not very good at this as it turns out. Might need to apply some more lubrication to the brain. You keep moving. The countdown only goes when it's not in turn-based. Alright, never mind the top-down strategy, let's do all the central ones. Just have to wait a little bit before moving. And then I'm good. Alright. Quick save so I don't have to do all of that again. Should have done that earlier. One left. Two left. My bad. So I forget if I ever checked out what was behind the door. I did. Alright, they're all on. Warning, warning. Water pool cooling. Critical temperature detected. All boiling units have exceeded allowed thresholds. Emergency protocol is now available. Immediately disengage the heating units. Right. What am I supposed to do with this again? By enabling the water boilers of the nearby facility located a level below and then east from where Freak is. Once done, find a nearby console to further overburden the system. Right. Compute cooling statistics. Error. Let's try conduct emergency protocol. Emergency exit now available. Proceed to east and take shelter within the secure room. Whatever you say, computer. That's an industrial bot. Use up the high explosives first. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Again. Should have charged the shield. They also should have equipped some EMPs. Whatever. And there's crawlers too. How pleasant. More crawlers. Yeah, this isn't gonna end well. Told you. Alright, now we know. Keep the Molotovs. EMPs. The high explosives. Actually, I wonder if it's possible to get them to fight each other instead. Throw a cheap grenade over there. Oh, right. Forgot the energy shield. Alright. Toss a cheap grenade. Run right back out. See what happens. Ah. Crawlers are gonna come over here is what's gonna happen. We should just close the door. I think I locked him out of the room. Otherwise he'd be back. Gotcha now. Well, not really. Don't have enough action points. Alright. It's on fire. Do not have a grenade loaded. And I'm gonna get knocked out for 3 turns. So this is probably not a kill unless if the electricity gets him. Which it sounds like it did. Now we wait. On fast forward. Alright. See how much of a mess it is on the other side of this door. Ashes on the ground, and still plenty of robots. Alright, nearly down, but not quite there yet. One problem solved. quad damage. Unfortunately defective. Modified industrial robot. Oh. Thought that was going to be a skill check or something, but I'll just take the free napalm. And the chain sword. It's not a particularly well-balanced sword, or an effective sword, but once you turn it on, it becomes a terrifying weapon of its own kind. On hit, carves up a living target for 3 turns, reducing its action points by 2 and increasing the chance the target will get critically hit by 3. Stacks 5 times. It's got a special ability. Perform a special attack with the chain sword that inflicts 70% of weapon damage up to 10 times. Each time consuming 10 energy and 5 action points. Ignores 50% of target's mechanical resistance and threshold. Seems neat. That is a very high quality collector. Some biohazard boots. Don't think I had one of a pair of these yet. Come in handy later for sure. Grenade Launcher Technical Manual by Yakov Peak. Caring too much. Alright, a little bit better. Another knife. And it's sharpened. Some Tichrome. Anything I can do with that. Thought I had the blueprint somewhere here for grenade cases. Apparently not. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so there's the one crawler over there that I killed. Pile of ashes here that I'm pretty sure used to be a crawler. I see one corpse over there. Is there more? And another one there. Got a free circular wave amplifier. I'll take it. Seeker lens. Think I have a better quality one. Alright, next room. Very vertical room. Look above. City lights glow from above. Warped echoing sounds howl through the shaft. And trash gets thrown down this way. And down it goes. One tunnel there. You can go to the sewers or go down to the sewer pit. Right. I remember this hole. There's a boss fight down there. And while I'm sure that I could probably maybe win, I'm gonna wait until I'm a bit beefier. It's more of a sure thing. Mutants. Everyone's favorite. Just don't panic when they're on fire. And that's what I was expecting. Lots of fizzy sound. Nearly dead. Certainly dead. I just have to stand somewhere with no acid. And wait. Could just put the boots on now that I think about it. There's the room over there, or the toxic barrel path. One path down. Explosives. Now I vaguely remember there being crawlers around this area. Not sure if I bypassed that part or not. Well, I wasn't wrong. But maybe I should have come this way. Run into the fire. So I can blast them some more. It's not around the corner. It's attacking something. Probably some mutant dogs. Snail. Still not sure why I don't remember seeing any of those guys on the other difficulties. Just on dominating. Maybe one of those enemies that only shows up like in a tiny amount of areas. Well, normally would. Definitely a lot more of them now. seem to be the natural predators of the Deathstalkers. That's another exit. A cybernetic module. Some sort of cybernetic enhancements. We have no idea how you'd implant them. 3 points. Alright. Big 2-0. Which means I can put a point into an attribute. Now I could bring strength up to 9 and switch my plans over to using tungsten armor rather than super steel, but could just become tankier. Which does sound like a good idea. Speaking of homework, I'm not sure if I should get stuff higher than about 130. I probably should. Know that like 150 or so effective in all the crafting skills is the most I'll ever need. Mostly because I can boost it up the rest of the way with the workbenches. I do not have unlocked yet. So, could get more healing. There's a pile of other things. Not an easy choice. Know that Demolition Man isn't great, because to make full use of it you have to be hitting yourself with it. 25% more healing is definitely a plus, but it's not super important. Grip power doesn't really go well with grenade launchers. Or does it? Definitely better with other weapon types. Disassemble isn't terrible, but if you want to make it good you have to put the specialization points in it. 5 of them. Then it gets rid of the downside of it losing quality, and it's just free money from that point onwards. Heck, it's free money even if you don't specialize in it, but it definitely helps. Opportunist would be good if not for the except for area of effect weapons part of it. Our management's pretty alright, but it's gonna be a while before I can craft my own electronic stuff that's worth it. Quick pockets would also be good because of the extra utility slot. Maybe I go with that one. Maybe I'll regret it. Maybe I won't. Piece of the Biocorp technology catalog. Or jumping bean. Pretty sure there's robots down here. I'm also pretty sure there's landmines. Yeah, there's one. I don't think there's a way around it. I have to go deal with those robots. Just deal with the one that patrols this spot first. Nearly got him. Plasma sentry. 2 of them. Time to leave. Well, just when I run out of them, find some more. Doing alright on weight. Wrong grenade. Here we go. Could just blow up the camera and see what shows up. That sounds like a good idea. I'll do that. Plasma sentry. Lucky crit. Nothing else showing up. Free laser pistol. Enter the document's code. Random numbers. Invalid document code. Let's try that again. Invalid. One more time. Still nothing. Well. Let the camera detect me. See what pops up. Whole lot of nothing. Dead end. Stairs down. I think this goes to the other way. I could have gotten down to this level. Yep, there it is. There's one room right over there. Yeah, it just connects to the same vents from earlier. Damn. That's a lot of damage. Good thing I'm indestructible. Actually, probably could have avoided a lot of the damage if I threw the boots on. Cortec Research Facility key. Well, that's this level clear. Not as challenging as I thought it was going to be. Door. Hallway. Let's try door. Free batteries. Free food. Box. Some science mans with heavy equipment. I think that's the mysterious Rubik's Cube. You shouldn't be here. Your wall just exploded. Who the hell are you? No, please. And they died. And they took the cube. Oh shit, I was planning on robbing them. That's not fair. Lab rat. White lab rat. You probably should not touch it. 3 points. What's on the computer? Research logs. 4 of them. Research log 1. We are examining what appears to be some sort of electronic device. It's a irregular polyhedron resembling a number of concentric, intersected cubes of various sizes. Appears to be made from a very light semi-metallic material. Its color is bluish dark gray. The artifact might feature movable parts, but none of them respond to gentle pressure, so no further attempts to reconfigure the device were made, in fear of damaging it. The artifact features 1 to 6 unrecognized symbols on each of its many sides. Some sides also feature sockets, none of which comply with Biocorp or previous standards. Research log 2. The artifact does not appear to be emitting radiation or electromagnetic waves. However, due to us having a reason to believe that this object is still somehow traceable at long distances, we have taken the precaution of keeping it at a 2nd or higher level of isolation at all times. Research log 3. Most of the sockets appear to be non-functional or dormant. However, a number of sockets, if engaged in a way that disables their safety brakes, act as extremely high voltage, high direct current power sources. This laboratory does not currently possess the equipment to harvest this power or even safely experiment on it further. Since we cannot, at this point, trace the origin, or explain the manufacturing process of this extremely powerful device, it can be safely categorized as a Xeno artifact. Research Log 4. Referencing previous research documents on various Xeno artifacts revealed the meaning of two symbols, one of which denotes direct electric current. This symbol appears, among other places, near the active sockets. The other one appears in a single spot near an inactive socket and is a bit less straightforward, since various researchers and xenoarchaeologists cannot agree upon its meaning. But according to them, it signifies gravitational field, space-time curvature, singularity, or one of the related phenomena such as event horizon, or a combination of these. Sounds complicated. Alright. Not to get immediately clotheslined by a bunch of angry shortists. Still not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Have a grenade. Damn, it's one tough one. See how he does against the thermal barracks. A little bit more of a dent. See if I survive. Yes. Not very well, however. Let's slow him down. Did not work. Well. Good thing I saved. Not sure what the right tactic for that guy is, other than hit him with a Molotov and hope he panics. That usually works pretty good. I got the other guy, but not him. Nearly got him. There's also the other guy. See if I can hit both of them with the flashbang. Hit neither of them. How unfortunate. And now I don't have enough points. Well. And they're just far enough away that I can't hit both. more health. Chase me into the fire. You won't. See, I told you. Victory. Fancy robes. Value 1. Oh yeah. Remember how there was that one guy trying to lockpick the door to the lab? Turns out, if you kill him, you lose out on a special gas mask that's slightly better than a regular gas mask. But I killed that guy, so I cannot get it this playthrough. Apparently he's down in the pit, or that boss fight I mentioned, at the bottom of the ladder. I forget how big of a difference it is. The regular gas mask does 35%. I think the special one has like 40% and 20 threshold. And it's got this special ability where you get a little bit of health regen from standing in a toxic cloud. It's undeniably better. But I don't think it does quite enough to move the needle. Alright. At exactly the weight limit. The game should let me get into the Institute, if I want to go there. Which maybe I should. There's some pretty good merchants in there. And I did already get the little statue, so I basically just have to walk up and hand it over. But that's a whole lot of reading. Maybe I'll hold off on that for now. Go empty out the inventory. Another thing I'd like is to be able to get a house. But if I want to do that, I have to go work for one of the oligarchs. The only two options for those would be either going to work for Protectorate, because they have a shop that sells guns, ammo, heavy armor, and shit like that, which I use all of. Or I can go work for Cortec, which will sell me electronics and shit, which, not great with them right now, but I'm working on it. Doesn't have that much money. seem to be somehow behind and underneath the shelf. Totally normal. I have no idea if I'm ever gonna want to use this grenade build or not. It does make the reload a lot better on the action points. But I'd be giving up the extra carry capacity that I basically always need if I want to make use of it. I'll hold on to it. Let's see, 124, 117, sell this one. Kevlar is 120. Don't seem to have one. Hold on to the low frequency emitters. As soon as I can make one, even at 60 something quality, it'll be way better than the one I currently have. Once I get there, of course. Don't think I'm ever gonna have an opportunity to use the chainsword. Just gonna sell it. Maybe I should keep one simple grenade, or maybe two, if I want to just toss stuff out for distraction. Especially since I've got the extra slot for it now. Cannot afford. And I've already bought all of his, oxygen. Could pick up some more regular grenades. Maybe not all of them. Nice big pile of ammo. Put away some batteries too. Hold on to the rest of that. Do have a lot of components to sell. Go see if Gale is selling anything good. Then I think after that, I'm gonna go do the arena. Get the rest of it done. There's also, the gauntlet. Could do that one beforehand. It's not gear dependent. Never really seems to have all that much down here in the basement. Better than ammo, but I'm good on ammo. But he does count as a different job, so I can sell him some more stuff. Alright, so instead of doing the arena first, I think I'll do the gauntlet. But before I get started, I have to go take a break. Be right back. Alright, we're back. You stop in front of a long counter. Its front side is filthy as the ground you're standing on. And look at the woman behind it. The accented lines on her face spell fatigue from every possible angle, and after a noticeable delay she introduces herself with a confused stare, which gets squeezed out by her heavy eyelids, after which a verbal reintroduction ensues. At least, as soon as she manages to summon the appropriate words. But, good day. How may I help you? What is this place? What's it look like? She sighs. Sorry, what I wanted to say was, this is the entrance to the gauntlet. All runners apply here, and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I haven't slept in. Never mind. Are you here to, apply? Yes. Can't just walk in here. She makes a pause, yawns, then continues. What I meant was, only challengers and gladiators who earned the right to apply for the gauntlet can, one must fight in the arena and be really good, and, you just can't apply. I hope you understood. Not sure I did. Well, so long. Get some rest. What if I could? She sighs, yawns, and waves at you. Bye. Bye. Well, never mind the plan. Going back to the gauntlet. Hey, Paul. Ready to kill some more? Yeah, sure. You're up against Bullseye. Take him out, you get to become a real gladiator. Oh, and you're on primetime now. Make sure to, entertain the crowd. I was one match away from being able to do Gauntlet anyways. As we've just seen, Dissembalina did a dominating job dealing with those two poor challengers. Beautiful carnage. But now we're about to see our good old Bullseye fight one of our young bloodthirsty challengers. Let's hear it for... Paul. Second name Penis. Let's go. Give us a bloodbath. $1,460 elf. He's got a crossbow. Let's get started. Hit me once, but I'll hit you more. Another crit. How about one more? Maybe antitoxin first. He wasn't so tough. Dominating. This was unbelievable. Bullseye was just defeated. But what is this? The crowd is chanting. Can't quite. Firestarter. The crowd is chanting Firestarter. Unbelievable. Bright futures awaiting our young gladiator, that is. That's it for now, bloodthirsty maniacs. See you next time. Didn't expect to get Firestarter, but it is accurate. Usually it's always Master Exploder. Or no wait, is that the good name, the Gladiator? Shit, I don't remember. But there is a list on the wiki that does let you know what you have to do to get what titles. You half-wit, he laughs. Can't believe it. Sure know how to entertain a crowd. They all yelled Firestarter. You know how rare it is for a challenger to be so loved by the audience during his first fight with a gladiator? Do ya? I don't get what the big deal is. Don't think you realize what this means, Paul. Listen to me carefully. You gotta keep this thing going. You're a gladiator now. The crowd loves you. Don't you dare pull out now when you've got the heads rolling. Did you hear me, half-wit? Some people would kill to get to the place where, yeah. He laughs. Here's your money. And it's gonna get better and better from now on. Hands you 300 coins. Want to get the rest of this done or go over to the gauntlet? Yeah, I'll keep it going here. Don't have to restock anything. Go to the next one before the food buff runs out. Ready for the next match. Next opponent is Master Exploder. So I did get it wrong. What was the name I was thinking about? Let me look it up. Let's see. I got... what was it? Firestarter? Which it says the requirement for that is 7 enemies ignited. And there's other ones here. Let's go from the bottom of the list to the top. Slayer, Legbreaker, Time Lord, Electromagneto, Psycho, Weatherman, Bolt Thrower, Mr. Bombastic, Liquidator, Disintegrator, Leadstorm, Cranium Basher, Impaler, Chop, Savage Mangler, Spine Splitter, Executioner, and there's Firestarter again. Sandman, Paralyzer, Mr. Freeze, Painkiller. Thriller, Super Bomberman. That's the one I usually get. Super Bomberman. Which that one is 5 kills with 1 grenade. Guess I couldn't pull it off this time. And the other ones up the list is Brutalizer, Infinite Misery, Daka Daka, Crosshair, Phantom, and then Immortal. And the basic gist of how it works is the further up the list, the higher the priority, but you have to have the requirement for it. So I'm Firestarter this time. Anyways, next opponent, Master Exploder. Now, this is your first fight as a gladiator, so keep calm and, I don't know, dominate him. Ready to go? Sure am. Don't you love seeing blown off limbs flying? Our beloved Master Exploder has been quenching our bloodthirst for years with his explosive and fiery personality. And now, he'll be up against our newest addition to the Grand Gladiator family. Firestarter. This young gladiator shows no mercy, no fear, only domination. But will our young gladiator's limbs remain attached after this fight? Let's wait and see. Now, to be entirely honest, this is kind of a bad matchup. He's got resistance to all of my attacks, other than the flashbang, but that's not really an attack. Yeah. So what's the plan? Still deal half decent damage with crits from the frags. Doing basically nothing as far as heat damage is concerned. One more. There we go. He didn't even get a turn. Beautiful carnage. Let's count the limbs on Firestarter. 1, 2, 3. Unless my math is very bad, our gladiator has all 4 limbs still attached. Guess Master Exploder was no match for a brutal Firestarter. Well done. Dearest maniacs, that's it for today. See you next time, and stay bloodthirsty. Honestly, definitely expected that one to be a lot rougher. Now, I've got the milk order. Don't think I've got the parts required to upgrade it. Let's check that right now. Because, you know, it's not enough to have checked it 4 previous times, because I've already forgotten. Alright, L-Core MGL. Cost 600 coins, need a frame for a mangonel. Quality 125. An 8-chamber grenade launcher revolver cylinder. And a scope. Actually, I get the reduced price because of the technical manual. So it's just 400 coins. Grab my money first. He laughs. Good, good, good. Guess you weren't blown away by Master Exploder. He continues laughing. You know the drill. Take this. He hands over 400 coins. Forget if I have more flashbangs in storage. Doesn't seem like it. There's the 8-chamber grenade launcher revolver cylinder. Got plenty of scopes. No frame. Gonna have to keep an eye out for it. In the meantime, L-Core MGL. It's an old world 40mm 6-shot revolver type grenade launcher. Simple, lightweight, and despite its age, still reliable. 80 to 185 damage, 45 action points, range of 10, optimal 7. Bunch of tiny penalties for precision. 2% crit damage chance. 100% crit damage bonus. And all the rest of it. It's loaded with 3 different types of grenades. Hard to elaborate for my taste. And in comparison to the Thumper, does less damage per shot. And the other stats aren't much better either. I'll just leave it in storage until I can get it upgraded. And once I do have it upgraded, it'll be replacing the Thumper. Before I go back in there, just buy 1 bottle of root soda. For no particular reason. Alright, next fight. This guy's no half-wit, believe me. Chemical Agent is his name, and if you've seen him in his fights, know only a pile of melted goo remains of his opponents once he's done with them. But don't let that scare you. You can do this. Maybe I should wear the boots. I apologize for running a bit late there, maniacs. Without further ado, we have our beloved chemical agent and his pets on one side, and Firestarter on the other. Both have demonstrated their absolute savagery, and I'm sure we'll see a gruesome battle. You know, I can really sense the chemistry between these two gladiators. Give us a bloodbath. Alright. Dogs just have the regular amount of health. That guy, however, is a bit more durable. Just a little bit, though. One of those and a grenade. Not quite enough. Damn. That's a lot of damage. It was going so well, too. Alright. Try this again. This time with some fire. And just a little short on points again. It's just gonna be a repeat of last time, isn't it? Not quite. That was one hardcore match right here, dear bloodthirsty maniacs. Firestarter is just killing everyone, including some of our best gladiators. Whoever stands in this gladiator's way gets brutally massacred. Thank you all. See you next time. Stay bloodthirsty. Forget how many more fights I have left to go. Remember the last guy being some, Psi user. Forget what his name was, but I get a feeling I'll know him when I see him. actually. Gonna get free healing over here. Yeah, no healing. Just strange stories. Probably go put away some of these. Yeah, do that right now. Give time for the health to regenerate. Alright. Really getting good at this. Chemical Agent and his puppies stood undefeated until he came along and dominated them. He hands you 500 coins. Oh, one important thing. I talked to some people and, long story short, I think you'd do great in the gauntlet. If you're interested in becoming a runner, talk to me about it. So I was mistaken last time when I thought that I'd have access to it. But now I do. Also not quite sure what he means by stood undefeated until I came along. Very well. Guess it's not that complicated. Guess if you lose in the arena, you don't exactly get a second chance. Even if the infirmary kind of implies otherwise. Anyway, next match. Got some news for you. The death of Chemical Agent caused some serious ruckus up there. In a positive sense. Everyone keeps talking about you and your dominating matches. You're becoming a big player now. Don't forget that. Anyway, you're up against a surgeon. This guy can be described as a freaking psychopath. You think the fans are the only bloodthirsty maniacs around here? Think again. Doctors love blood and guts, dear maniacs. Why else would they cut people open, I ask you? You know him. You love him. It's the surgeon. But, do you know who else loves blood and gore? Judging by your yells and screams, dear maniacs, you know who it is. Firestarter. Whose guts will be spilled today? Let us find out. "42 versus 40. Lucky me. Lots of health. Don't think he's got much in the way of defense, other than maybe evasion. Let's find out. fire's worn off. Do I want to try to stun him so he can't heal himself back up? Maybe. Yeah, let's do it. Except this time, wait one turn, and then shoot. Just short. Can I get... No, I can't get a lucky crit because I can't shoot. Shit. Oh, whatever. He's gonna heal. Oh, he's gonna morphine. I'm sure I can kill him before the next 2 turns. I'm pretty sure he can kill me in less than 1, but... well, less than 2, I mean. Alright, do your worst. Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. Well, does he kill me, or does he die? Damn. Oh, try again. Alright. Wait 1 turn. He's gonna lose his adrenaline rush. He still has the morphine. And try to set him on fire again. Right, he's going the long way around. I think I'll just take the opportunity to run. There he is. More fire. That's the stuff. Now he's right back behind there. Now he's over here. A whopping 62 health. And now he's dead. Ouch, ouch, ouch. The surgeon's license has been invalidated. Firestarter's the winner once more. Can expect more gruesome matches from our beloved gladiator. I just feel it. That's all for today. See you next time. Alright. Let's go right into the next one. Wow. I'm not even gonna say anything. Just take this. 600 coins. Next match. Hey, you're up against Sab. Now, this guy's one nasty zoner, let me tell you that. He's just dominated his way through anything with a pulse. If that wasn't enough, he brought a plasma sentry with him. And I don't know, dominated some more. But he's not better than you, so go in there and waste a pipe worker. Send his junk bots to the graveyard, or scrapyard. Try not to take too many liberties with the text. Wasn't that match great? But wait, there's more. Our last match for today is going to be the most shocking one. Of course, we're talking about Zap. He emerged from the drop zone to cause pain and misery, and he does it oh so beautifully. And of course, he's always followed by his trusty plasma sentry. However, Firestarter's no easy target. This is one of those matches that's bound to shock you, dear maniacs. Embrace it and revel in it. Sap, Firestarter, give us a bloodbath. It would be a shame if someone hit you with an EMP on turn 1. Do I reload and hit him again, or flashbang him? Hit him again. That's the stuff. Easy peasy. Unstoppable. Can anyone actually stop the killing machine that is Firestarter? Zap tried, but he ran out of batteries. These matches are as hardcore as they can be. Arena never fails to quench our thirst for blood. Thank you all. Till next time. Probably should have fixed up his gun before he tried using it. The rate I'm going, I'm gonna have to get some more EMPs. I think I can craft the Mark 1s. I think. Whatever. Next match. Ran out of batteries. He laughs. Damn it, Jerry. You sure have a good sense of humor. And as for you, that was hardcore. But that's to be expected from you. Still, take some advice from me. Don't let all these victories go to your head. No one's invincible. Got it? 700. Next match. You're running low on opponents. Not many gladiators are willing to stand before you as of late. As a matter of fact, only one gladiator is still willing to fight you, and he's a tough opponent. The Stygian Exorcist. At the moment, second only to Dreadlord, the Invictus. And I'm not gonna lie to you, he's one tough bastard. Good luck. This is the before the last. We live? I asked, are we live? Welcome back to this fantastic matchup, dear maniacs. These two gladiators are sure to entertain everyone in the arena, as well as those watching us over Arena Now. You'll love them both, but one must fall today, in a glorious bloodshed that will, without any doubt, be remembered. Firestarter, an unstoppable killing machine, will be fighting Stygian Exorcist, still mysterious, still violent. Both are Deathbringers eager to entertain you, maniacs. We will waste no time. Bloodshed awaits. Alright. It's got a bunch of distractions in the way. But that's fine, because I can hit everything in an area. Alright. 22% left. Could gamble it on a frag, or try to hit him with the fire. Frag. Not enough. But I'm sure I'll be fine. Never mind, I was completely wrong. Time to die. Damn it. Alright. Attempt number 2. Not quite enough to hide around the pillar, but I'm gonna try. Easy peasy. Monstrous carnage. Beautiful, just beautiful. Stygian Exorcist deaths just opened the way for Firestarter to battle the Dreadlord, the current Invictus. Will Firestarter confront Dreadlord? Will Firestarter become Invictus? Or join the 156 gladiators slain by Dreadlord? Whatever happens, the future seems bright for your bloodthirsty needs. Thank you all. Till next time. Alright. So they made it pretty clear. Next fight's the last one. Good, good, good. Now one step away from becoming Invictus. Here's your reward. 800. What happens next is this. You go get some rest, while I organize a match between you and the Dreadlord. Make sure you rest well. Don't think I have to stock back up on anything. Just have to recharge the shield. Gary greets you with a smile. Well, well, Firestarter. Guess no one's able to stop you. Got just one more opponent standing between you and the title. Invictus. Must feel good, I presume. You know, it does. It does feel real good. Great. You're going up against one difficult opponent. And not everyone can become the Invictus, you know. I just wanted to wish you luck. Got no advice to offer you when it comes to Dreadlord, but I don't think you're gonna need any. Yeah, thanks, man. You're welcome. Listen here, my dear friend. Being the enthusiast I am, I'm gonna make sure I get as close as I can to the bloodbath. I wouldn't want to miss this match, even if it kills me. He laughs. See you later, Firestarter. See you later, Gary. Alright. Get right back in there. We just have a sip of this. Alright, and now that I've had my sip, I'll drink the root soda. Here to cause even more carnage, Firestarter. Ready for the Dreadlord. This is it, Paul. The time has come for you to become the Invictus. Not gonna give you some cliche speech before the match. Just gonna say this. Get in there and dominate. Dear bloodthirsty maniacs, welcome to what is about to be one of the greatest, most anticipated matches in recent history. I know you've been waiting for this quite impatiently, dear maniacs. Some of you are here in person. Some are watching over Arena now. We want a bloodbath tonight, and these two will surely deliver. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's introduce our gladiators. He's unstoppable, undefeatable, unkillable. All who stood before him so far have been turned into a bloody pulp. Please welcome the current Invictus, Dreadlord. Oh hey Gary. I don't think Dreadlord's gonna be showing up anytime soon. Moving around seems a bit difficult if one's head is not attached. Ah, Firestarter. We meet again. This time, in the arena. I expect a hardcore match. Was really enthusiastic about this fight with you. Got bored of the same fodder dropped at my feet time and time again. But you are worthy. Do not disappoint me, Firestarter. And don't make me regret coming back from retirement. But where's Dreadlord? Cardin, what the hell's going on? Will someone tell me? What? He's dead. In his changing room. I know we're live, tell me what to do. Yes, I understand. Maniacs. As you can see, there's been some changes. Carnifex is making a comeback from his retirement. The great gladiator, if not the greatest in arena history, will be fighting Firestarter. What can one say now in a situation as exciting as this one? Give us a bloodbath. And that's why I had the root soda. Let's see. 2,790 health. That's a lot of health. Start simple. Well, that's not much. Back it up. It's really not taking anything from the frags. And he resisted that. Well, about to get all my blood punched out of me. Alright. Last chance. I can set him on fire, get him to run away. I'll survive. If not, it is Jover. And into the drink. Alright. Attempt number 2. This time I do not win the gamble. Alright, he's on fire. Accuracy's not great, but I'll take it. It's really not doing much. God, he's got more of those. And then now I lose the turn. Oh shit. Maybe I'm better off keeping with the frag grenades rather than the thermal barracks. Hard to say if it's actually doing more, but it feels like it is. On fire. Wonder if the high explosives would be better. Probably not. It's not like the thermal barracks are doing so great, but it's 10% down. Right, he's hiding around the corner. Not sure if he's that close there or if he's nearly just around the exit. Could chance it. Or I could just wait for him to walk up and kick me in the dick. Risk it. Wrong one. Set him on fire again. And now we're all on fire. And now I'm dead. Might be here a while. Alright, 27% chance. No dice. 2 turns until I can fear him again and that he loses the adrenaline rush. Hit him and then flashbang. Probably still in that corner. Yep. Could try to keep looping that. Got him down 21%. And it's not looking good. Definitely not looking good. Huh. Not sure what the best strategy for him is. I mean, the Molotovs seem to be working half decently, but it's not really damaging him so much as it's just keeping him away. He whiffed the yell. Hello there, person in the chat speaking a language I don't understand. I hope you're doing well. With the way things are looking, I might need a little bit more than just luck for this guy. Alright, he's coming back over here. And you resist. Shit. Can't fear him. Can't flash him. Maybe I get a crit for 2,427 damage. Let's find out. Not quite. Up. One more try. Yeah, this one's not gonna work. Damn. Well. Gonna have to prepare some more for Carnifex. Now I'm thinking... there is one weapon I can get a hold of much later on that I'm pretty sure ignores most resistances. Could also get a couple of points in biology and use the good ol' toxic grenade. Just kinda have to set him on fire, he runs into a corner, and then hit him with the toxic grenade, and hope he gets enough stacks on him, and then actually deal some real damage. But I'm not quite capable of pulling that off just yet. Don't have the blueprints for sting ball grenades. I do have one. Although what are the odds that's gonna go through his damage threshold? Not very good odds. Store refreshed. Doesn't have the grenade launcher frame I need, but he does have napalm. Actually, maybe that's what I should go do. Better shopping trip. Maybe actually check out all the merchants here rather than running off to Oculus. I'm thinking, if I can get the mill core upgraded, it'll do better than the thumper. Like, in terms of long-term fighting rather than short-term fighting, which would be very good for Carnifex. But I don't think it's gonna be enough. I need more than that. Well, other than the bio grenades, I can't really think of much. Like, better armor might make it so I can survive, like, 3 rounds of getting punched in the dick, but probably not. things I can think of is maybe lower my armor penalty enough that I can effectively kite him. But all he has to do is throw a net at me and that plan goes out the window. What else? Energy shield doesn't help much because punching goes through like 80 or 90% or something. Yeah, I might just have to level up some more. Get all those equipment upgrades I mentioned. Then go back at it. In other words, it's gonna be a while. No grenade launcher frames. Or no, wait. There is one, but not the one I want. A quality LMG. $147. Don't think I've got a second one that's at that quality. 27. I think that's slightly better than the one I have at the stash, but not enough to increase the actual effectiveness. At least I'm pretty sure it's not. You know, funny enough, remember seeing people discuss about how grenades are definitely, or grenade launchers more specifically, are definitely one of the better gun types. But I don't remember having this much issue with Carnifex when I was using a shotgun, and people were saying that the shotguns aren't so great. They might be just talking about the lower difficulty modes. Oh, and I'm not sure I mentioned, the one other weapon I could be using against him would be the torch. Doesn't do very good damage, but if I remember right, it goes through basically all resistances. If I remember right. Been wrong before. Oh hey, it's that frame I needed. Or 8-chamber. Forget how many of these I have, but I'm gonna buy it. But man, that's a lot of greaves. Don't think I need anything else. go hand over all the parts in the grenade launcher to Miles. Get that started. And I think next thing I'm gonna do after the shopping trip is I'm gonna go over to the Institute and get some more money. And also the last parts for the refinery data. Make myself a suit of super steel. One of those. I already have 4 of those. Oh, right. The launcher. Shouldn't forget that part. Right. Where am I going? Oh, right. Right there. Alright. Hey, this one's pretty light. And I guess this launcher's proof that simplicity was, is, and always will be a key concept in firearm development. He rotates the cylinder. Springs are still good. He then aims it across the room. But I'd still prefer a proper scope on this one. Boom. After thoroughly inspecting the weapon, he nods and addresses you. I'll do it for 400. I'll also need a high-quality mangonel frame and some spare parts. 125 quality. Add to that an 8-shot cylinder and a grenade launcher scope, and I'll give you 1 rockin' grenade launcher. Here's the stuff. Fix everything, including the weapon. Alright, time to get started. Should go smoother with the technical manuals you brought me, so I don't think it'll take too long. Let's see. I don't need to sell any of that. Alright, I've got 15.7k coins. So I know I can get a full set of blades. I'm probably gonna want more. Always want more. So I have Never used his balaclava this whole time. Just gonna sell it. Doesn't want to buy anything. Does have a bunch of flashbangs for sale. Now another thing I just considered, could use the good incendiaries on Carnifex. Regular incendiaries don't really do much, but if the number gets high enough, it will start damaging him. But will it be enough? Wants 15 medicine. Now he can't afford the thought control headband. Oh well. Nothing to sell here. Should have just enough time left on the second site to run over to Camp Hathor and then the university. I should probably bring the little statue too. Actually, one thing I just thought of is I could have tried using the grenade strap belt. Would make the thumper a lot more action point efficient. But I probably still need more than just that. Stick to the plan. I forgot the statue again. Let's bring the head too. Cutscene. As the robed man hurriedly steps outside, all three soldiers standing in front of him simultaneously take a small bow while having their hands placed on their chest, right around the heart area. Once the salute's finally done, the middle soldier takes a single step forward and addresses him. Toward his evolution, Ifritor. The Ifritor responds by performing an identical salute, excluding the bow. Evolution is short, brother. Tell me, did you manage to find anything? I'm afraid not, Ifritor. We scanned the surrounding areas but found nothing other than a handful of isolated groups of bandits and scavengers, and no one possessed what we seek. I'm afraid our initial reports might just be true. Lunatics must have been behind the theft. All leads simply points to those devolved inbreds. I will be the judge of that, brother. His stare passes over each and every one of the three individuals. Russophorus, you all deserve rest. Meanwhile, I will await for the second unit to arrive. They should be here soon. He sighs. Magnificent Chort. He looks at him again. I said, go and get some rest. Don't just stand there like you're frozen. Inside. He points to the big front gate. Chort guide you, Ifritor. Yes, Chort guide me. Hey there. Heard you're looking for something. The man seems somewhat uneasy as you come near him. Even though you're unable to see his face, what you are able to notice is how his body language expresses his apprehension. He is unable to stand completely still. He either taps his foot or crosses and uncrosses his arms, or nervously looks all around him. When you near him, you notice a symbol on his uniform. A circular eye with two tentacles sprouting from it, similar to the symbol on the large doors behind him. Soon, he speaks with a voice that sounds tense and hasty in one moment, and cold in the other. What is it? Who are you? You one of the Chortists? I'm Ifritor Denzel, and yes, I am a Chortist. In case you haven't noticed, you're standing at the entrance to the Institute of Chort, and all these robed guards, Russophorus, are its members as well. We are here to preserve safety of the Institute, so be very careful of your actions during your time here. You got your answer. Now leave me alone. Any chance I can sign up? I'm sorry, but we can't accept new members at this particular time. We are, full, so to say. Oh, hi there, Aiden. Hey, don't worry, I've got your statue right here. As you can see, if you were to look around you, all these people here are waiting to join the Institute. But alas, as I've already mentioned, we cannot accept new members. Still, that doesn't stop them from waiting, which is to be respected. Chort might reward their wait, but not at this time, unfortunately. I don't think you get it, man. I really want to join. What is the matter with you? Are your ears vestigial? It's like you can't hear me properly. We do not accept new members. Now buzz off. Buzz off. Is that your answer? I am so disappointed. I never even suspected that a representative of such a grand and enchanting organization, such as the Institute of Chort, would say something so foul to me. I was willing to dedicate the rest of my days to Chortism, and to happily spend those very days surrounded by men and women, brothers and sisters, who are above all the low-life scum inhabiting the rest of Underrail. Oh, magnificent Chort, you must be some inbred bastard who lost the ability to understand human language several generations ago. He makes a short pause to allow some of the steam to come out and prevent him from exploding. Look here, you don't want to be disturbing an Afraidor. I can order these reservoirs here to call you instantly, and they wouldn't even flinch. Order them anything you want, but I'm standing my ground here. I want to join the Institute, and I'm willing to do anything to achieve that goal. Something tells you that despite him looking just angry on the outside, on the inside he's probably turning into a ball of plasma, reaching temperatures high enough to ignite nuclear fusion. Suddenly, he cools down, and his tone of voice becomes calmer, losing the red-hot edge. Anything, you say. Anything. Interestingly, there is, well, an issue we could use some help with. Finally, we're getting somewhere. We have an issue with a missing figurine. A very important metal figurine. It was stolen from us and we need it back. Now, we aren't precisely sure who did it, but we suspect those devolved lunatic inbreds to be behind the theft. They taint everything they touch with their filthy hands. Metal figurine depicts a man reaching for the surface. He points up. Up there. If you can find it, we might make a deal about you joining us, brother. You mean a figurine that looks like this one right here? His voice reveals instant excitement as soon as he is presented with the figurine. Wait, you had it on you this whole time? Why didn't you tell me about it? I didn't know it was the one you were looking for. He smiles. Yes, it's the figurine, alright. Where'd you find it? In a shopping mall west of here. You were right, by the way. The lunatics were the ones responsible for it. Unexpectedly, Denzel falls silent. He looks like he wants to say something, but perhaps can't find the right words. Hold on, I know what you're thinking. You never thought I'd be able to find and bring the damn figurine. You just wanted me to leave you alone. Yes and no. Mostly yes. Look, I don't owe you an explanation. Listen, he sighs. You did us a great favor. That's undeniable. Just that I didn't really expect you to be able to accomplish the given task. That's all. I'm just astonished. But you figured that for yourself as far as I can see. Whatever. I got you your action figure as you asked. Now let me in. I want to join. He sighs. Deal's a deal. Hand me the figurine and then I'll go inside and discuss your request with the superiors. Yep, it stays with me until you come back. You go talk to the superiors, then you'll see your action figure. The reservoirs around you turn towards you, and you feel the atmosphere beginning to heat up again. Denzel, surprisingly, cools it back down with a single hand signal. I suppose that's acceptable. But don't leave the courtyard. I'll return soon. Just as he goes to leave, he turns back to you again. Wait a moment. I never caught your name. Paul. Oh, alright, Paul. Wait in front of the Institute. Here. I'll be back as soon as I talk to someone. Just be patient. Sure, guide you. You wait, and you wait. And as more time passes, you begin to wonder if Ifritor Denzel is actually going to come back. After all, couldn't wait to get rid of you. Well, the first time you talked. But then you remember that strange metal figurine is still in your hands. The one the Chortis wanted so badly. You begin thinking about this strange piece of metal, about what waits ahead. However, your thoughts are soon interrupted by footsteps, following a hurried rhythm you've already heard before. It's the Ifritor Denzel. Paul, I've talked to... He catches his breath. To the mediant, and explained the situation to him. Therefore, the official word is as follows. You will be allowed to enter the Institute building, be interviewed, and if deemed fit, you will be offered Institute of Chort membership. All that in exchange for the figurine you possess. Speaking of which, I would like to have it now. Then I'll lead you inside. Alright, have your little metal man. Denzel slowly picks up the figurine and scrutinizes it. Despite the fact that his face is covered with a mask, you're certain that a pleased grin lurks beneath it. His admiration doesn't last for long, though. He looks at you and signals you to follow him. Follow me, he says. Get inside. The Praepostor will be with you shortly. Wonder if I'd be better at pronouncing these if I understood Latin. Probably not. The room you were in made you claustrophobic and uneasy from the start. Not necessarily by the fact that the room is indeed small, but by how small your pool of options becomes should something unwelcome occur. You'd prepared yourself for the worst, knowing that you will be in an unfamiliar place where anything is possible and can go awry. Well, seeing the beautiful women dressed in a black robe, which almost inappropriately flows over her feminine features. Let me try that again. Accenting them, enough even for the blind to see, was most certainly not what you were expecting. Sounds like an awooga moment. Let me have a drink. Alright, more yapping. The deathly robe envelops her arresting face, like black oil being spilled over a shiny lump of gold. Her striking, olivine-colored eyes immediately meets yours. Her smooth face, free of imperfections, seems like it has been crafted out of marble by several of the finest artists in existence working together. Her golden hair, mostly concealed by the sinister hood, still manages to gently flow out of it and presents its luxuriance. Yeah, feel like my tongue is twisting into a pretzel. Anyway, her voice is much akin to her appearance. It too has a distinct, seductive charm. It resonates with appeal and warmth. And while being mostly level, it never becomes monotone, nor boring. Chort is evolution. I would like to welcome you to the Institute of Chort, postulant. My name is Amelia, and I am the Institute's preposter. Your name is Paul, if I am not mistaken. Alright, let's not go with the horny option. That is correct. It's a pleasure to meet you, preposter. She gives you a soft smile. The pleasure is mutual, Paul. Despite the current situation, you have somehow managed to find yourself before me. The Ifritor was very convincing when he spoke to the rest of us about your deeds. Know that we are making an exception for you. Just for you. For I'm sure the Ifritor told you our institution is not accepting new members. Now, I'd like to ask you several preliminary questions, general in nature, before we advance this interview. So, you are interested in joining the Institute of Chort and becoming a Chortist. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. Uh-huh. Tell me something of yourself, Paul. Where are you from? I'm from Junkyard. Can you tell me what guides you through life? What motivates you? Try to give me a concise answer. Loot is life. Life is loot. Her left eyebrow raises in reaction to your reply. Care to elaborate? Well, I've devised a looting potential scale. If we define the median score as being exactly 100, then by my calculations, the Institute of Chort scores approximately 155 points. Of course, I was basing this on limited information, but a number of that magnitude is something that simply cannot be ignored. She gives you a confused look. I don't think I understand. Perhaps the terminology is foreign to me, or... She shrugs. Well, in any case, you feel that, with those words in mind, joining the Institute of Chort is the right decision. Not just right. Perfect. Perfect. Uh-huh. And how much exactly do you know about the Institute of Chort and the general ideology of Chortism? Well, Had previous encounters with Chordism. Definitely didn't involve killing a guy trying to lockpick a door or anything, but therefore, Chordism, and I have learned quite a few things which made me interested in it, and ultimately, come here. I see. Unfortunately, efforts to propagate Chortist ideology are hampered by many factors, so it is no surprise that knowledge of it is very limited and out of reach for the general population. In any case, allow me to elaborate our ideology. Afterwards, you will have to make one final choice of joining our institution or not, if you are still willing. Did I do freak stuff? I did, in fact. Still have to go back to do one of the oligarch quest lines because I do want to get the house, but that's probably going to be like next stream. Probably. Whenever that is. Anyways. I see. No wait, no. I already read this one. Continue. Yeah, I did. Being a wiki crawler like I am, I read up that I'm losing out on a unique gas mask for having done that. But it's a small price to pay for getting a level up right away, I'm sure. Back to the reading. The Institute of Chort is an institution dedicated to the study and celebration of Chort, a primordial being that was discovered in deep caverns nearly 100 years ago by Aidan, the founder of the institution, as well as Chortism. What he had discovered then and there was magnificent. The creature had been undergoing a unique cycle of regeneration. It was completely formless, changing and adapting to the current environment. Since Aidan was, and still is, the only person that can communicate with Chort, he was able to study it and uncover what secrets it holds within its magnificent genome. Yeah, the bioscriber. Apparently it's better than the Sec Trooper mask. So, at first I wasn't terribly worried about it, but, looking at the stats, it would be kinda nice to have. But, too late for that. Continuing on. He learned that Chort holds the key to evolving the human race to new heights. One day, perhaps, through directed evolution, as Aidan originally named it, humankind will hopefully find a way to adapt to the life on the surface and escape this gloomy underworld. Principally, Chort represents two things: the physical being and the knowledge it holds. Consequently, Chortism, being guided by Chort, aims to direct human evolution with its help. Yeah, you're right. It's one of those nice to have, but don't really need to have it. Because, at least for what I'm doing, I'm probably gonna use one of those bio-resistant vests for my super steel armor once I get around to making it. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And not to mention I also have the boots and the Sec Trooper helmet once I get to Expedition. But anyways. Learned that Chort holds the key to human and race and... Oh, no wait, didn't read this one yet. He learned that Chort holds the key to evolving the human race to new heights. One day perhaps, through directed evolution. No wait, fuck. I already read this one, shit. Continuing. No wait, did I not read that one? Oh fuck, I don't remember. Let me just have a drink. Alright, back to reading. In essence, That is who Chortists are and what we stand for. Which brings us to the next question. Tell me, Paul, do you still stand by your previous decision? Do you still wish to become a member of the Institute of Chort? If your answer is positive, then we can finally start with the second phase of the interview. Didn't change my mind. Proceed. She smiles. Very good. I'm pleased to hear that, even though that is the answer I expected from you. Now, allow me to explain what happens next. I'm going to be asking you a set of questions, simple questions, that require no hard thinking, only honesty. You will answer these questions and any sub-questions that might arise during the process. Don't worry, won't take long. Let us begin with the first question. She takes a single piece of paper containing the questions, clears her throat, and begins. Have you been sent here knowingly to injure Chortism? Nope. She looks at you a little bit longer than usual, after which she writes something on the paper. Next question. How do you feel about Chortism? Makes a lot of sense, and it's the path I want to go down. Very good. Next question. Do you think there's anything wrong with having your privacy invaded? I mean, I'd prefer if you didn't look at me while I was sitting in the bed, scrolling my phone, doing nothing suspicious whatsoever. Why? I just don't like it. Interesting. Next question. Have you ever been a drug addict? Yeah, but that's in the past. I'm clean now. Uh-huh. Next question. You ever killed anyone? Hell yeah. You seem very pleased about taking other people's lives, I see. In any case, I'll mark that as a yes. Next question. Are you upset by this questioning? Nah, it's fine. Next question. Do you hope you won't be found out? What else that supposed to mean? Just answer the question. Nah, nothing to hide. She crosses her arms and observes you, occasionally moving her head from left to right, and vice versa. Before you get a chance to break the silence, she uncrosses her hands and asks the next question. Have you ever smothered a baby? No, of course not. What kind of sick person would do something like that? You'd be surprised what different breeds of people come here. Next question. You ever eaten human flesh? Not on purpose. Next question. Would you be willing to sacrifice the lives of several innocent people to save one dear to you? Yeah. I see. Next question. Have you ever felt that there's another creature in your body? Nah. Next question. Did you ever hurt yourself? Only if the grenades miss. Otherwise, no. A barely visible quirk appears in the corner of her mouth, threatening to manifest itself into a real, honest smile. Sadly, it lasts but a fraction of a second. Last question. You ever been a spy for anybody? Nope. Preposter Amelia looks at the paper, inspects all the notes she took during the interview, Afterwards, she puts it away and gives you the familiar, too long for comfort stare. Luckily, it ends with a pleasant smile. Very good, Paul. Very good. Those were all the questions I had for you. Now, I'd just like to ask you to give me a sample of your blood and wait patiently for my return. Yeah, alright. Amelia pulls out a strange device. Looks like a large, black, ornamented syringe with a see-through tube. And it's got a tiny metal tentacles climbing towards the needle. Twisting around the device, she inserts the needle into your flesh. Externally, you feel but a little sting. Internally, you feel your heart pounding faster and faster. Fortunately, procedure's over quick. She pulls out the needle with a smile, and the syringe is now full of your blood. She places a gauze on the wound before stepping away. That's all I need. Please wait for me while I return, Paul. It won't take long. Congratulations, postulant. Or should I say, novitiate. You have been selected. Therefore, you have been granted membership to the Institute of Jort. I suspect you are tired. It's a long and challenging day for you, I'm sure. So I'll give you a very brief rundown of what awaits you within the Institute. As of now, you are a novitiate, a new member of the Institute of Jort, whose first task is to familiarize himself with Jortism, obtain necessary knowledge, and find his place within the institution. We offer many means to do so, but we will get to that later. The next thing I must tell you is about the three main divisions of the Institute of Jort: preservation, investigation, and propagation. Each of these three divisions has a specific purpose. Preservation exists to protect or preserve Jort. Iden, the institution, and... wait, that was supposed to be all one sentence. Shit. Start over. Preservation exists to protect or preserve Jort, Iden, the Institute, and all of its members, and prides itself with its highly trained and well-equipped individuals. Investigation, on the other hand, concerns itself with obtaining, organizing, and applying knowledge, studying Jort and the world around us, with the ultimate goal of driving, directing human evolution towards a better future. Finally, propagation exists to educate or propagate said knowledge both within the Institute of Jort as well as beyond. Hope you're following me so far. Novitiates are free to select what suits them best. After they have studied enough and made up their mind, they can select anything they like and perform their part within the Institute of Jort. Currently, since propagation is undergoing an internal restructuring phase, becoming an acolyte at this stage is highly improbable. So, investigation or preservation are divisions I would direct you to for the time being. Of course, if you're really patient and willing, propagation too will open its doors to you at some point. A few more principal things before I finally let you go and rest. As a member, you are granted your own bed in the Institute's sleeping quarters, and a personal locker for your belongings. Also, your medallion and your robe have already been placed in it. Now, you can find the quarters by going down the right set of stairs, just after entering the main hall. Opposite of that, left from the entrance, is the refectory. I think you might be more familiar with the term canteen. The Institute Library, Iden's library, is at the second floor to the left. is probably the most important place for novitiates. That is where you can read our history, scientific works, and most importantly, read the original report. The original report. Describes Aiden's first encounter with Chort, his thoughts and impressions, and documents the beginning of his research. It is an essential read for every Chortist. Again, Aiden's library should be one of your first stops. While we are on the subject of the library, I must add this. The old destroyed section of the West Wing has recently been reopened by preservation forces. A Reservoir expedition was dispatched there. It is extremely dangerous, and while it is guarded by reservoirs, I must still warn you to avoid it until after it's been sealed again. My head's gonna explode from all this talking. One more thing, and we're done. Official greetings and manner of address. When first starting a conversation with any member of the Institute of Chort, it is a custom for the first speaker to say Chort is evolution, to which the other party replies, evolution is Chort. The meaning of the greeting is clear, I hope. Commonly, you may refer to Chortists as brother or sister, based on their gender. But if they hold a higher title, a certain notability, then you should address them appropriately. This is already too much information for you. In time, you will learn everything. You are free to go and get some rest, brother. If you have more questions, ask now, or find me in my office at the top level. I would be glad to answer all the questions you may have about the Institute of Chort. Yeah, no, I'm good. Well then, welcome to the Institute of Chort, brother, and Chort guide you. Damn, feel like my jaw's about to fall off. Alright. I think I'll do a quick swing over to the shop over in Preservation, and I'll probably end the stream. As soon as I remember where it's supposed to be. Lots of bits and bob in the decorations. I think that's where Investigator, or whatever the title is, and here, Hana. Right. Have to go talk to what's his face? Obedient Samuel. Before you even had the chance to say anything, one of the two men points at you and speaks in a familiar, enthusiastic voice. Ah, Paul. Good of you to finally show up. I mean, the median and I were just discussing how you retrieved the Reaching Man from the clutches of those devolved inbreds, and your freighter is cut short by a resolute voice coming from the other man, one whose different and arguably more elaborate uniform markings introduced as someone of superior rank in the Chortist hierarchy. One of the symbols, an eye with 3 equidistant tentacles sprouting out of it, is similar to the one on Infrator Denzel's, barring the extra tentacle. Silence. I've heard it already, and our brother already knows it from first-hand experience, no? Paul, I am Median Samuel, the second in command of Preservation Forces of the Institute of Chort. Welcome to my office. Chort is evolution. and evolution is short. Indeed it is, brother. Now, I need you to wait a few moments for me to finish with the Ifrator and send him away. This won't take long. Your notability? Mediant, I don't understand what you mean. Send me away. Then let me explain it, Ifrator. As soon as we're done here, you are going to take your reservoir unit and lead them to patrol the upper Underrail, routes W1 through N5. The theft of the Reaching Man revealed how susceptible we are to having our couriers intercepted by the likes of lunatics and other inbred lowlifes. I want the area surrounding the Institute secured at all times. At all times. Infuriation seeps from the Ifrator. His body language reveals it. Yet, just before replying to the Mediant, he calms down. As if ice cold waters, or just singular water, was poured on his head. With the anger washed away, what is left is but great distress. Your notability. I worked hard with Paul to locate and retrieve the Reaching Man, to bring it back in time for the anniversary, as is my duty to the Institute, to Aiden and to Chort. Realize that, yes, I know you do. Yet I am rewarded for my hard work by being sent on a meaningless patrol? Hard work. Don't make me laugh, the freighter. If idling away in front of the Institute gate and waiting for a passerby, a complete stranger, to ask for help constitutes as hard work, then by all means you deserve a promotion, no? Perhaps you could even replace me, if that is what you desire. It is not how it happened, Mediant. Silence. I don't want to hear another word from you, Ifrator. Did you really think that your babbling and bootlicking would make me forget how the whole situation was handled? Yes, even though the figurine is back in our hands, it is not because of you. Because of a chain of very fortunate events, and the help of Paul, who, by the Chort, did a lot more than you. Now out. You have your orders, Ifrator. Chort guide you. Overflowing with disappointment, the Ifrator leaves with a barely audible farewell. Chort guide you, your notability. Paul, I'm really sorry you had to take part in this. I have zero tolerance for such... I don't even know how to describe it. Incompetence? That's the accurate... and... Let me try that again. That is the accurate... I screwed that up again. That is the adequate term. Adequate. Adequate. Now you, on the other hand, are exactly the opposite. You adapted yourself to the situation at hand beautifully, culled the lunatic vermin, and retrieved a valuable figurine, and achieved your goal. You became a member of our beautiful institution. Perfect. Survival at the fittest. At its best, no? Now, I've been dying to meet you. Well, not literally, of course. Let us leave that to someone else. He laughs. I have work for you. A test, if you will. But if you had some questions before we start, feel free to ask them now. Now let's hear about the job. Yes, I can see you're interested in becoming a part of preservation, no? be diplomatic. Just like to see what my options are here. There's much to be done in the Institute. Very smart. The Institute is indeed a place of possibilities, and I can understand you have so much to learn and so many options to consider. Allow me to present one to you, and let's see what you think of it. I have a simple job for you. You're aware of the destructive force that was the recent earthquake. It did terrible damage throughout Underrail. Fortunately, the Institute wasn't spared from its wrath either. One of the walls in the utility section, a couple of levels below us, has collapsed, revealing a passage to the long-abandoned Harbocrate station. Minor damage all things considered, which is lucky for us. However, it poses a security risk. As you may have already guessed, it was actually recently discovered, where the breach happened in one of the locked rooms no one entered for a long time. We hadn't noticed what happened until, well, I can't remember who it was, but someone went there and witnessed the chaos. Naturally, a Reservoir unit was dispatched to scan the area, and it was free of threats at the time. When we later checked some of the old plans, however, we noticed that Utility Station 7, west of Harbocrate's main hall, has a long tunnel leading somewhere far away. Pipeline goes through it, so the plans show, but I'm worried about something else coming through. You understand me, no? I need someone to explore that utility station and secure it. Someone. He smiled. Yeah, I'll go check it out. Just tell me how to get there. Go down the stairs by Aiden's library, and you'll see a couple of reservoirs. They will give you the key and let you through to the station. There's another set of stairs further to the right, but do not go there. It is a utility area which suffered a few gas leaks after the earthquake, and is currently unsafe. That is all for now, brother. Come back once you are assured that the area is secure. Short guide you. Short guide you too, Mediant. Alright. Can I buy stuff yet? This young woman welcomes you by putting her hand on her chest and follows with a verbal greeting. Her bright and high-pitched voice sounds pleasant and matches her petiteness perfectly. On the other hand, the full combat uniform that she's wearing, complete with a mask she never removes, a characteristic you noticed in all reservoirs throughout the Institute, creates a different, if conflicting, visual image. Chorte's evolution. I am Ifritor Hana, Armory Keeper for Institute of Chort. You're Paul, if I'm not mistaken. Evolutionist Chort. And yes, I am. Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you too, Paul. Under Mediant Samuel's direct orders, you are allowed access to Preservation's armory, despite the fact that you're not a Reservoir. Yet. Of course, armory access is not free. Let's prepare some charons before making a purchase. Excuse me, Ifritor, but would you mind showing me the rest of the equipment? The things you don't show to just about any novitiate? Price is not an issue. I've got the coin. If that's the case, then let me show you what we got, Paul. It's a lot of grenades. And not much else, unfortunately. 136. Think I gotta hold out hope for a 150 something quality one if I want an actual upgrade over the Punisher. Alright. Think that's enough. Yapping for one day. Not good at it, but I am getting better. Somewhat. Let's see. We're on 19. Yapaholic. Yeah, I'm already a regular alcoholic, so what's one more? But yeah, thanks for checking out the stream. And anyways, I'd better get going. See ya.